Hi, this is Connie, and I'm going to be doing a border today, and I wanted to show you. It's called it's for my Tuesday technique, and it was something I learned from another creative memory advisor, Amy Weaver. She had done one more elaborate border, and so I've taken it, kind of redone it a little bit, but anyway, I wanted to be able to show it today and try to give you another technique. But what I've done, and I will write these out so that you maybe have them, but this will be kind of what we're going to make. And I've just used scrapped different papers. And so first you'll want to cut a piece of paper or cardstock, either one. And I use the wave border with my trimmer. And so I cut it 2 1/4 inches. By the 12 inches, and just use different different size, and so you can do that. It just makes it a little fancier. Then I cut another strip on a different color paper that is 1 1/2 inches by the 12 inches, and we will end up putting that one on top. So it's got a little bit of a, and of course I just use a little bit of the repositional tape here is enough to hold that down, and so that will use that one. Now the technique that I wanted to show you is how to use these little squares and our cutting mat, because this is in 1-inch squares, the grids are, and of course they're broken down by 1/2-inch squares also. Now you can take a strip and cut the 1-inch squares with a personal trimmer, with your regular trimmer, but if you have one of the older punches, this one is exactly the smaller square punch. It is 1 inch if you want to punch them out that way. And so I just used them and done some scraps, but you need 16 of these, and I've done 8 of 2 different colors, 2 different kinds. And so the only way I know to do it here is the same thing Amy did, was to do a square up here about where the 9 and 10-inch one is, and I'm going to put this first square there. Now, I'm only going to put a little tape on this corner because my next one I'm going to add to it. And then I'll do another one and alternate these. You can alternate as many colors or papers that you would like to do. If you want to only do 2 sets of 8, then you still put them together that way. I just found it was easier for me to go ahead and do the full 16. And so I've already pre-cut these just to make a good use of our time on that video. But sometimes you just want a little bit of little addition to your border. You want to be able to use up some of your scraps you might have, and this is a good way to do that. And you still have a nice border when you're finished. I'll show you my others that I made, and some of them I've overlaid with different things, so there's a lot you can do with it. This technique. And my thing was how evenly that this board helps you to put these in the space that you need. Now that one's a little bit crooked, so I'm going to straighten him up by the. And of course, I'm lining it up by that next little grid there, and I'm only doing like 1/4 of it, so it's like a 1/2 inch there, and so that's working out very well. And so then I've used my multi-purpose tool, because you will have a little bit of tape underneath these, and especially this last one, because that's what now all the repositional tape will clean off on your board, and it's fine. But I I take this strip and I put a little bit of tape on this one. And then I just kind of center it in the center here. Your peak in the center, peak to peak. And that's how I just kind of line it up that way. Like I said, if it's easier for you to do 8 of them and then do 8 more, you can do that. And so that's part of it. Then I've cut a 1/4 inch strip to go on top. Sometimes you just like to have a clear cut, or a clear guide, I guess, and it shows the... Just doing that in between. So there's the border. Now I've got one more thing I'm going to do. This is with a square 4x4 piece, and I'm going to make this little medallion. And of course, since I've got that border on one side, I'm going to do the little medallion on the other side. This is with the new broke punch, and so if you'll notice I'm pulling off these little squares that are left on each side, which are inch squares. So just kind of push that aside. I'll save those for later. And this one I'm going to do with use a foam square in the back of it. You can lay it flat if you want to, and I'm just going to do it here, center it on this side, and there we have it. I have my finished border. Now I'll just show you a couple others that I did. I've done this one with the green, and I've done a double layers underneath it, and with some cardstock and stuff. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. You can do a lot of different things with it, but I wanted to show that as a technique. And so hopefully you'll be able to pick up, and like I say, it's a different way of using your board, and these all line perfectly up. So thank you very much for watching.